Alright guys, so yesterday Aiden Rose and Andrew Tate streamed and invited Adam22 and his wife to a live debate. In this video, Adam asked Tate very interesting question, and that was crazy, guys. Yeah guys, leave a like and subscribe to this channel, and let's go to this crazy video.
If he's the top G, I want to be the bottom G. So I do want to extend an invite that if you were ever interested in doing your first ever double penetration scene, that me and Lena, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like, would he be a suitable candidate? Would you,
Andrew Tate,
can I tap him in?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Hold on, can I fill in real quick? Andrew, you know,
You're out. Aiden, we canceled you. You're not in this conversation anymore.
fair enough. Go ahead, Andrew. Andrew, would you double penetrate her, bro? Would you do that, Andrew? Go ahead, finish the
If
answer.
our balls pop together, is that chill?
there's absolutely 0% chance of that happening. And it's not because Elena is particularly unattractive. It's because she's married to Adam, and I have no interest in degenerate, pointless sex, and I have no interest in making a spectacle of myself or even just involving myself in anything which I deem to be overall haram and pointless. That's just not something I'd be interested in. There's not a single amount of money on the planet you could pay me to undertake. So thank you.
Who's not
But
doing
no.
double penetration, because I respect you all so much.
I'm with Andrew, by the way. I couldn't get paid any amount of money to fuck. No offense. Adam, respect to you. Degenerate sex, I'm not with that. No amount of money.
$10 a month sitting on your ass. So, and that's from one sponsor, I think, right? So,
Stop exposing him.
no, I mean, I read it online.
But yeah, I'm with Andrew on that one.
So do you two think you're going to stay together forever?
I mean, if Adam cheats on me again, maybe not. But
I'm not a cheater anymore. I left that in the past.
that wasn't the old days. He likes to say,
If you get a divorce, don't you think people are going to attribute it to this event?
I always think that we're gonna be together forever. I mean, we didn't get married a long time ago. We just got married. But it is unfortunate that if, like, in 10 years we break up because, like, let's say he cheated on me, everyone's gonna blame it on the fact that I fucked Jason in July of 2023.
I don't think
no one's gonna think about anything else.
Nobody's going to be thinking about the fact that we did this in 10 years, which when you're in the middle of the storm and everybody's freaking out on you every day, it's kind of easy to feel like, oh, this is going to define my life going forward. Now, that may be true to some extent because this has been such a thing, but I don't really think that it's that likely to follow us 10 years into the future. I don't know.
My hope is to be with Adam forever. That is what I want.
You too.
And again, last thing I want to say is this. Well, not last thing, but I think I asked this, but wait, so Lena, which sex was better? Because you haven't had it. Jason was the first dick you had.
You know what?
Right?
Let me say something. I find this very uncomfortable to talk about. There's not many things I find uncomfortable, but I just find this uncomfortable to talk about. And the reason is not because, I mean, I'm an adult. I know what sex is. Of course, I've lived a very varied life. I just feel like, I don't know. We have so many people watching us and we're just talking about dick and vagina. Don't you think this is below us? I don't know. We're all pretty intelligent people. We talk about the Matrix and how they're trying to dumb us all down and trying to control all of our minds. And this base instinct talk, I find it very uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable being on this stream. If I was sitting with a woman next to me, the last thing I would talk about is our personal life. I just don't think it's the smart thing to do. And I don't think that it is. I don't have any interest in the personal sex life of any married couple, and I don't want to hear about it, and I don't want to talk about it. And I just find it very uncomfortable. I'm extremely uncomfortable in this situation. That's the truth. And I'm not saying that from a position of weakness. I'm saying it from a position of strength. I don't like talking about these things. I don't like talking about women getting fucked. I don't like talking about what I do with women. I don't like talking about any of it. I think that what I do in the bedroom with a woman who I care about should be, to a degree, sacred. And I think it should be completely private. Absolutely. And I don't want to hear about anyone else fucking. I want to make something clear to the I don't watch porn. I've never bought an OnlyFans. I've never paid for sex. My relationship with sex involves love, and I don't think it should happen outside of love. And I think that's the way that sex should operate. And I think that when you decide, and once again, I could be wrong, when you decide to keep sex exclusively for love, there's something beautiful and special about it. And if you decide not to do that, then you keep chasing a new high. And you can have threesomes and fuck a bunch of girls. And I'm not saying I haven't done it, but eventually you're constantly just chasing a new high and you end up just doing something weird. Whereas if you just say, I only have sex with girls I love, then it's always special and it's always pretty sacred. And you get to just enjoy it that way. And beautiful children are birthed and life goes on.
In maybe like the last 5 years of our relationship, I can really only think of maybe like 1 or 2 times that we've had sex with a girl off camera. For the most part, we are monogamous. We just fuck around on camera. And I think if anything, our realization is that the world is so extremely fascinated by a couple like us who are open-minded sexually, because there's a lot of conversations about polyamorous relationships. And, in our case, I do think it's kind of disingenuous for everybody to act like we're in this crazy poly relationship when we actually are monogamous, besides on camera. But I mean, for us, it's really like a porn thing. She shot this scene with this dude. As much as she may have enjoyed it or not enjoyed it, it was a money decision. It was like, oh, this is going to be a big move for my career and for our family. We're going to be able to retire off of this money. So that was the reason for it. Not like, oh, I'm just dying to have another dick in my mouth.
I understand. And I'm not a saint. I'm not saying you're sitting here trying to say I'm a saint. I'm not trying to talk from a position of authority, but I have maybe it's my fight career, which Cerrone doesn't respect, or maybe it's something else, but I think that you can achieve a lot of happiness in life through actually reducing your exposure to certain things. I'll give you an example. I'm not particularly a foodie, but I will only eat once a day. Sometimes I don't eat for 2 or 3 days at a time. And that's the reason I love a steak. So right now I have unlimited sexual options because I am the top G and I'm the most famous man on the planet. And thousands of women a week are constantly trying to throw themselves at me. And the reason I reject them all is because I don't think I would enjoy sex as a whole if I slept with all these women. The reason I enjoy sex is because I say no to everybody and say no to everything. And by reducing my exposure to something, that's how I still find it interesting. And that's how I still enjoy it. So I know what you're saying. I'm just talking from my personal experience. I try very hard to not give in to any temptations and try to avoid them. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but by doing that, I find satisfaction in the world. So if I feel like fucking, I quite often don't fuck.
A corollary to that is that we were just on, we were all over Italy and Spain and France on our honeymoon, and we were eating in 5-star restaurants every single day, the best food that's out there. And by the end of it, I didn't give a fuck at all about what I was eating. And now that I'm back home and I'm, eating on a pretty strict diet and exercising and everything like that, you could go get me a McDonald's fucking Big Mac and I'm going to be on cloud 9 because it's just so much more potent than the stuff that I'm eating on a day-to-day basis. So I would say that in the sense that there are a lot of guys out there who think that the key to happiness is just sleeping with as many women as possible. From my perspective, I'm infinitely more happy just being in a nice, solid relationship where I can really trust my partner, as opposed to the way I was, Andrew, before I got into this relationship with her. I was in the streets.
I saved you.
I was bad. I was fucking like 5, 6, 7 girls a week, new girls. It was disgusting. Doing cocaine, drinking to an absurd degree, popping Xanax, snorting perks. I was
drugs.
Bad.
Fuck drugs,
man. Yeah, I was drinking lean like Aiden Ross. And now, I'm much more happy of being.
I'm sitting here like, it's crazy. All right.
Well, I agree. And I just want to say that before you guys leave, I agree. I just want to say that I wish you absolutely the best. I wish the best for everybody on the planet. And I have nothing against you. And I'm glad that you are happy with your decision. I hope it works out fantastically for you. And I hope you stay together forever and you raise your children, because that's a beautiful thing. And that's what the world needs more of. So I wish you the absolute best. I think a lot of people expected us to argue, and I don't feel that way about you or your decisions. And you seem like very nice people.